All right, welcome back to Fox and Friends. Opening arguments are underway in the trial against ex-Clinton lawyer Michael Sussmann. The special counsel's team accusing him, Mr. Sussmann, of manipulating the FBI to create an October surprise, they referred to it yesterday, against against Donald Trump before the 2016 election. Former federal prosecutor and executive director of Right on Crime, Brett Tolman, joins us right on time to talk about this. Hey, Brett, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
Over on the big wall, we've got 5 faces. And this morning, you are going to essentially tell us a little bit about each of these 5 people so that we can figure out how it all begins. And obviously, Michael Sussmann is on trial for lying to the FBI. Tell us about him.
You know, Michael Sussmann is a former federal prosecutor, so imagine what it must be like to be on the other end of a case. He's now the defendant, being prosecuted by John Durham, who's a federal prosecutor. And so it's got to be a surreal experience, but he's there because he clearly lied regarding a very important and key fact, and that was that he was representing the Clinton campaign when he reached out to the FBI in order to try to get them to investigate allegations about Mr. Trump at the time.
That's right, because Mr. Sussmann took a bunch of stuff, turned out not to be true, to the FBI and said, hey, I'm not working for anybody, but you should look into this stuff. Trump is so dirty. Okay, so he was working on behalf of the Clinton campaign, and then the next head over on the big wall is Mark Elias. He's the general counsel to Hillary's campaign.
That's right, and he's a partner, a law partner of Mr. Sussmann, and so it's pivotal. You can imagine he doesn't want to directly contact the FBI, and he'll be a key witness in Durham's prosecution. He's going to be perhaps a hostile witness, which will allow the prosecution to push and press him to reveal information. So he'll be a very credible witness to a jury that's listening to him.
Meanwhile, in the center stage, we've got Christopher Steele. Everybody knows his story, ex-spy hired by Fusion GPS to put together this dirty dossier. And then that turned out to be a bunch of made-up stuff.
Yeah, this is that character in the James Bond vernacular. This would be M. He was in charge of the MI6 office, and then he left and he established his own intelligence firm. And from there was hired by Elias to come up with opposition research, which, we know as the Steele dossier that was later proven to be very inaccurate and unreliable.
Next person over, Andrew McCabe. He got fired from the FBI over lying to the FBI, which is very embarrassing.
Well, it is. And he lied 4 times, 3 under oath. He's the individual that at the FBI, he was in charge at the time. Comey, eventually got dismissed, and he became the center of an inspector general investigation. And he was one that also acknowledged that the Steele dossier was the reason they went to the FISA court and got those secret FISA warrants.
And the final person we're talking about is John Durham. He's the special counsel. And unlike Robert Mueller's investigation, Brett, the Mueller camp leaked every day. John Durham has had a virtually leak-free prosecution.
He has. He's very accustomed to these sensitive public corruption type investigations. He led an investigation in Washington, D.C. on the CIA destroying evidence. He is a 35-year federal prosecutor, and the team around him consists of some AUSAs from around the country, some of whom I know, and they are very, very serious attorneys.
All right. Well, let's see where it goes, because the testimony starts today once again. And let's see if they continue to talk about how it was an October surprise, as they did yesterday. All right, Brett, thank you very much for joining us today from Utah.
Thank you.
You bet.